Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Why Nobody Plays series. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about a much older looking champion, and that is none other than Shocker. And it's kinda shocking that no one okay, no, that's a horrible joke. He's pretty much one of the champions you can pretty much make a debate for and call him the worst drop of 2023, which is very sad and very shocking. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll stop. He is a champion that doesn't see much use at all, and one that I barely see running around in battlegrounds. And because he did win the last poll that I actually made, we are here to discuss why nobody plays him. But like we always do with these kinds of videos, let's actually go over all of his abilities first, and then later on discuss why nobody plays him.
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
Shocker is immune to shock effects as well as concussion debuffs, and he also reduces the duration of incoming stuns by 50%. If the opponent has the Limber Mastery active, he actually disables it. And also Shocker cannot land any critical hits, but all of his attacks have armor penetration equal to his critical rating. But onto his Vibro Shock charges, which the max of these that he can actually have is 100, and he actually gains one of these each time he is struck, or if he's striking the opponent with a light attack or a medium attack. And once he's actually at 50 or more Vibro Shock charges, while dashing forward, he'll become passively unblockable, and if this dash actually breaks the opponent's block, it'll actually consume 20 of these charges. If Shocker is struck while he's unblockable, it actually removes 50 Vibro Shock charges, and once he's at 50 or more Vibro Shock charges, whenever he would be struck by a special attack, he then consumes 25 of these charges to auto-block the rest of the attack. As for his medium attacks, they have 2% chance per Vibro Shock charge to remove an opponent's prowess, and the max of this chance is 100%, and he also gains 0.5% chance per Vibro Shock charge to inflict a stun debuff for 0.8 seconds, and the max of this is 25%. But onto the heavy attacks, which are pretty much the main focus of Shocker. While he's charging a heavy attack, he consumes a Vibro Shock charge every 0.05 seconds and can be charged until all of these shocks are actually consumed. The final hit gains additional attack rating per Vibro Shock charge consumed, which scales with base attack only but benefits from class advantage. But onto his special attacks. The Special 1. It has a 1% chance per Vibro Shock charge to inflict a stun debuff for 3 seconds, and the cooldown of this is actually 10 seconds. And while he's at 50 or more Vibro Shock charges, the attack will be passively unblockable, and at the end of the attack, he'll actually gain 25 Vibro Shock charges. The Special 2. The final hit inflicts a physical vulnerability passive, as well as a stun passive which lasts for 5 seconds, plus 0.05 seconds per Vibro Shock charge. These effects are not affected by ability accuracy and are removed once the opponent is struck 3 times. The Special 3. He gains a 100% energized passive until the next time Shocker reaches 2 bars of power, and while this energized passive is active, the max for the Vibro Shock charge will be increased to 150. But onto his awakened ability, whenever he is stunned or if the opponent gains a prowess, he will then gain 3 Vibro Shock charges, and Shocker's first special 1 attack in each fight will cost 10 to 100% less power. And that is pretty much it for Muffin Man over here. Definitely an interesting playstyle, one that pretty much revolves around building up these charges and then consuming them all to deal a massive hit on the special attack, as well as some utility here and there with the prowess removal as well as the stuns. But unfortunately for a tech champion called Shocker, he doesn't actually inflict any shock debuffs. He can pretty much only do this with a synergy, which is kind of shocking. On to this man's attire, and oh my goodness, I really don't want to talk about this one, man. The fit just ain't it, man. Who made this outfit? Why? It's brown, gold, silver, and blue, which does not work well together, and the way the actual costume is designed and lined up, ugh. I understand he's a older champion that was made back in the day, but come on, man. He has to look better than this. Bro has a V-shaped belt which goes all around over to his neck until the back of the costume. Bro, who made this fit? I don't understand it. The only saving grace I would say is the gauntlets, but even then the gauntlets don't fit too well with the costume. It just doesn't match. The dude is gold, brown, and in his profile picture, oh, someone save me from making this video, man. I don't really have anything positive to say about his fit, and I feel like I roasted him enough, so we'll pretty much just move on to the next section, I guess. This has to be in the top 5 worst fits in the game. How do you look worse than A-Bomb? And A-Bomb doesn't even try, that's the sad part. But anyways, on to the topic of why nobody plays him. Now, after testing Shocker, I can confidently say he is a well-designed champion. He does have inbuilt mechanics of actually removing prowess effects, which makes him that much better for taking on mutant champions. He also has stuns which pretty much go onto the opponent randomly, which pretty much gives him an opening to actually continue hitting the opponent. However, his playstyle is pretty much outdated, because it pretty much seems like one that would have been better appreciated in 2017 or something, rather than now. The playstyle is good and he does deal massive damage at the end of the heavy attack, however this pretty much has problems on its own. The first problem is that the heavy attack scales with base attack only, meaning that the niche role that he supposedly fits, he doesn't actually fit in it quite well. In the game, there's a node called Heavy Assault, which grants the attacker additional attack rating for heavy attacks. However, because his heavy attack damage scales only with base attack, he's pretty much the same champion on that node, which is just very disappointing. However, the second problem with his playstyle is consuming all of his Vibro Shock charges while charging up the heavy attack just takes way too long. And so he pretty much isn't the best when it comes to battlegrounds. This might actually cause you to lose and make the match last longer than it's actually supposed to. And overall in battlegrounds, there's pretty much just better champions to choose over him. I do think in his best matchup, he isn't that great compared to any other counter that you can use, especially in terms of how fast he can finish the fight. Now in terms of safety and reliability, he definitely is good. He does have the unblockable, which allows you to get easier openings. For shorter fights, there's pretty much always a better option. And unfortunately for longer fights, most of the places where you'd pretty much want to bring this guy, there's usually gonna be a damage cap. The damage will be capped, meaning all that buildup as well as all that progress was for a simple 85,000, and you'll pretty much be sitting there wishing that you brought another champion instead. Overall, he's not a bad champion. However, I would never actually recommend you to take him up over any other good champion in the game. But anyways, that is it for Waffle Man over here. Let me know down in the comments who next I should make a video on. And make sure to join my Discord group. The link will be down in the description. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!